Oh, you're live.
Thanks for telling me.
We had the great countdown and everything.
We had the fantastic music going. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Good. Hey, it's Jonathan Harmon with the J Harmon Home Team, powered by Keller Williams. We are sitting inside Spread the Positive Studios at Cedar Glade. Been next door working on the brewery. We are getting so close. So close.
It looks awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. We have worked really hard on it, and we've got some big things coming in the next couple of days that will get us that close.
Mm-hmm. You saying a date yet?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry I asked.
No, we are really pushing for before the end of the year.
Okay.
And I think we're going to be okay. There's no wood in here for me to knock on, but whatever. Here, knock on that one.
Your head.
But anyway, so we're getting close. So before we get started, I do want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Brian Nail of Iberia Bank Mortgage. My man, Trent.
Yes.
Trent is
At the first of the episode.
I was like, I am not forgetting this time. So Brian Nail.
Thank you, Brian.
Underwrites this show
Aww.
and supports Spread the Positive and all the things that that Trent, my other man, that other handsome bald man over there, is doing. And we just love Brian. Brian's
He's a good guy.
Man, fantastic guy.
Supports Main Street.
Yep. He supports all the good things in Murfreesboro. So love him. If you need a mortgage, call Brian Nail over at Iberia Bank Mortgage. You will be happy that you did. Sarah Callendar of Main Street Murfreesboro.
I'm feeling positive.
Yeah, she's had a day today. She has interacted with a hacker for 5 hours. Mr. Frank Caperton at her side, her trusty sidekick. And Frank's been on this show actually, and we love Frank. He is exactly what we're looking for when we do Table Talk. That's the name of our show. Because Frank, he doesn't find strangers. You know what I mean? And there's always a
story to pull out of his back pocket. No matter, have I told you the story?
For everything. Oh, that reminds me of, yeah. And so, yeah, there's always a seat at Frank's table. That's for sure.
It was funny listening to him talk to the people from across the world.
Oh, I bet. Okay.
He'd like, hi, I'm Frank, and I'm sitting next to Sarah. This is her computer, but I'm helping her. And they're like, okay, hey, Frank.
That sounds about right. I love that guy. But anyway, so Sarah, what we do with this show is we tell stories. We want to definitely tell the Main Street story. We want to tell your story. We want to talk about all the things that are coming up downtown and why and how Main Street interacts with the downtown businesses, the downtown community, all the things that Main Street's involved, from design, historical preservation. I mean, just all the different things that Main Street has their hand in, and their brains on, which I think is probably the most important, because you've got a heck of a team on the board, and you know, all the volunteers for committees and everything else. You got a heck of a team going on down there.
I do.
And Main Street's doing some awesome things.
They are. I'm excited
So
to talk about it.
Tell us about Sarah first. Who are you? How'd you get to Murfreesboro? Yeah. And we're channeling positive right now.
That's right.
The hacker's gone for now.
No, my husband brought me here. So we grew up together in West Tennessee, but he was at MTSU. So when I graduated, you know, you get married at 21 and move to Murfreesboro and live in
sometimes that's a good
housing.
Thing, and sometimes it's not.
It worked out for us.
Yeah, well, that's good for you.
Dirt poor. He was pumping gas at the Murfreesboro airport while he was an aerospace student.
Nice.
We were in the cinder block apartments.
Yeah.
And so when the people in the apartment next to us sat on the toilet and we were on the toilet, it kind of was like a seesaw.
You guys were, I don't even want to go there. When we were on the toilet, I don't.
No, when somebody was on the toilet, that was just the cinder blocks. Yeah, it was, we were so poor.
Yep. Those places, yeah, they've renovated them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They're not even married housing anymore, are they?
There's no such thing on campus.
Yeah.
That's a thing of the past, Sarah. Thing of the past.
Oh, but no, those were good times. So he finished school and we stayed here for a while, and then we moved and then came back.
You know why you came back? I'm going to go out on a limb.
Why?
Did you buy something at Davis Market?
No.
You never bought anything at Davis Market?
No.
Oh, well, I don't know why you came back then. If you bought stuff at Davis Market, you're hooked to Murfreesboro.
Okay.
It was the geographic center of the universe. And so
Ah.
it was called the Cosmos, and it like sucked you back in.
Oh my goodness.
You never heard that?
No.
Oh, Frank probably has a story about
Okay. I'll have to ask him.
For sure.
No, MTSU brought us back. Somebody retired in the aerospace department. That's about the only way you can get a job. So
that. Yes.
Nate got a job.
What does he teach?
He, you know what? It's so complicated. I don't know. He's in the aerospace department. He does engineering and math, and he teaches all the pilots how the airplane flies.
Oh, okay.
That's his job.
Gotcha. That's kind of awesome, actually.
Yeah. So
Very cool.
True,
And he's
true blue.
He's a neat dude too.
He's
You got a good one
interesting,
there.
isn't he?
He is so interesting. Sometimes I don't know how to talk to him.
I know.
You know, but then when we start talking, it's riveting
Yeah.
most of the time.
He's deep.
Yeah.
But you've been doing all this renovation on this building. Well, we bought a foreclosed house like 5 years ago and have done everything ourselves, from every plank of wood.
I saw the picture of
the
the stairs.
stairs.
Yeah.
So you get an engineer who learns to be a carpenter with OCD. It takes 5 years. We're
And every
a quarter
cut
of
is
the way.
perfect, isn't
Yes, he doesn't allow me to do anything because I'm like, it's fine.
it? It's within a half an inch.
Yeah,
It's
why do you have to
okay.
measure it? I don't understand.
Just hold it up there and eyeball it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So before you started with Main Street,
Mhm.
you had some other jobs here in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
What did you do before?
So first, when I graduated college and moved here, I worked for the Boy Scouts of America.
Mm-hmm.
I was the first female district executive in Trail of Tears.
No way.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And if you guys aren't familiar, the Trail of Tears, what's it called? District? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
They are incredible.
Oh yeah.
Still, I've gotten involved with them a little over the last couple years, just helping with some fundraising and things like that. Man, our Boy Scout district is extremely, extremely strong.
It's a
here.
solid group. There's the same Scoutmasters now that were there when I was 21.
Oh, wow.
Tall green socks and embarrassed that I had to wear a Boy Scout uniform, but I needed the money.
Yeah,
So
you do what you got to do.
it was a great job, and they were great people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
great organization here locally. And then you went.
So after that, I really was stay-at-home mom for a couple of years, and then we lived in West Tennessee, and then came back, and I worked at Special Kids. So started doing grant writing for about 7 years. I can't remember now, but
tell us about Special Kids, because that's an organization that I don't think gets enough credit for what they do.
Mm-hmm. They are awesome. So it's a therapy and nursing center. It's faith-based. They don't turn away anybody, though, and they serve kids with special needs. And it's cool because it's the only skilled nursing center in the state of Tennessee. So they provide respite care for kids who are chronically, have a disability that they need a nurse around the clock. So the kids can get their physical therapy, the occupational, their speech therapy, and be cared for by a nurse, so their parents can continue working during the day.
Right. And it starts with
birth, like babies.
Yeah.
You can go all the way up to 21.
Wow.
So, but like lots of people in town have had their kids go there just for therapy, because sometimes kids just need speech therapy for a little while or physical therapy. So you don't have to necessarily have special needs. You might just need therapy for a while.
Literally a special need.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really cool.
They do great work over there. Taylor, that works with the J Harmon Home Team, she volunteered there for a little while, and man, she would walk in needing something, you know what I mean, and then walk out just fulfilled.
Yeah. Those kids have really good attitudes, and the people that work there, they've got big hearts.
Yeah, for sure. So then.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then I learned about Main Street. Somebody was like, "You should apply for this job." Like, really?
Yeah, Miss Kathleen Herzog retired. She moved out, and there was a job opening.
There was a job opening. So, had some great mentors in my life through Rutherford Cable, actually, that told me about it and encouraged me to apply, and went through the interview process. And I had no idea what I was getting into.
So that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Simply because Main Street, I joined the board, just a handful of months ago. And
last year, you've been on it for almost a year. In February.
this happened to me the other day. I said, yeah, this is Joe. He's been married now for like 10 days, 12 days. He was like, 6 weeks. And I was like, are you serious? You're lying to me. And no, I was wrong. So my concept of time, since I've been locked in this building for so long, is a little bit off.
Kind of stuck.
But going in, when I joined the board, you don't realize the reach, the fingers that Main Street has in things that people just, they love, they take for granted. A lot of times people think it's put on by the city, and it's not. It's put on by this little tiny 501c3 that has this little tiny office that has 2 people in it at any given moment. And, and you guys we do big things.
Big events, big, just have a big presence and bringing awareness to those who need to have the awareness brought to them, and having a place at the table, I think, to make sure we represent small businesses and just that sense of place of the historic part of Murfreesboro that we don't need to lose.
Yeah. I had a friend one time say, this is the romantic part of Murfreesboro.
That's a good way of saying it. Hallmark, it always gets.
That's it.
The hallmark.
Dude, and if you don't believe that, walk in front of the Palace, the barbershop there, and just look at the windows. Yes. Yeah. Just do that, and you'll be like, I'm home.
It's so fun. I took my mom and my sister and my brother-in-law Sunday, and we walked around and looked at the windows. And it was so fun because there was a guy walking his cat on a leash. And
no way.
There were like people going to get food at Red Bicycle and Puckett's. And it was just so cool. They're from Nashville, and they were like, oh my gosh, I love coming here.
We're in Mayberry. So let's talk then about some of those things. I mean, there's the big events. So let's knock some of those out real quick. And then let's talk about some of the ways that Main Street does stuff behind the scenes.
Okay.
So big events, of course, the signature, the one that everybody knows about, that probably doesn't realize that Main Street, this tiny little organization, puts on is, of course, Jazz Fest. Yeah. So every year, Jazz Fest on the square usually rains, it seems like.
People say that, but I don't think it necessarily. It did not rain this year.
It did not rain this year.
It didn't rain last year when we would have had it. So I'm counting that as 2 wins for me.
2 in a row. Oh, I have worked at several where
it rained.
Yeah, absolute toad stranglers.
Okay, well, don't speak that over.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. But so Jazz Fest, it's a fun weekend, couple of days worth. And what's the history of that? How many have we had? How did it start? All that kind of stuff.
So this year would have been 25, but we missed last year because of COVID.
So it's the 25th year, but the 24th event.
Yeah, so we called it the 24th. So next year will be the 25th event. So we've got to come back strong.
How did we start having a Jazz Fest in Murfreesboro? I don't understand that.
We need Dr. Bonner here.
Yeah, well, we always need Dr. Bonner. There's not a moment that Dr. Bonner wouldn't make
have
better.
Her on the show.
I know. She's awesome.
She's told me this story, and I'm going to say the names wrong. It was the Scales family. That's it. They, Madeline Scales' father, who's the vice mayor, right? She's the vice mayor. Her family started Jazz Fest, I guess, with Main Street. But I think they kind of really funded it in the beginning.
I didn't know
Scales Funeral Home.
Yeah.
So they had some really big acts and had big sponsors. And the point of it was to bring in the jazz culture in the community and invite the students that play jazz music to be able to perform. And so we've kept that theme of, the students perform, because there's jazz bands in almost all the middle school and high schools, and they're really good. And MTSU has some great jazz bands, 2 different groups, I believe. And so that's what we focused on last year, coming back from COVID. But a lot of the schools didn't have jazz bands. So it was pretty small. But this next year, we're planning it. I think almost all of them are going to come back. So the high schools will be all Friday night again, like it used to be. And then, I'm going to say it wrong, but the Army band, they're called something else, Tennessee Army Band. They have a really long name, but they're pretty famous.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're like
really, really good.
People want them, so they're going to come actually play Friday night and then Saturday night as well.
Oh wow!
So we're super excited about that, and we're going to have 6 professional bands play, but we're going to mix it up and not have just jazz bands. So I will share something that's not been shared, and the contract has not been signed, so I don't even know if I'm supposed to do this.
Be careful.
No, okay, I won't say it. I won't say it.
I mean, I want to know. So wait till we're
I'll
off there.
tell you off there. But no, we're getting some bands that are able to play that weekend that are local from Middle Tennessee, not necessarily jazz, some jazz, but then just some different types of music. So we're excited.
Very
It's gonna be
cool.
fun.
And if you've never attended Jazz Fest, it is a super fun festival on the square, all over the square.
Mm-hmm.
Kids stuff, food vendors, music all over the place. And it's just a blast. And I mean, how many people attend approximately?
Probably a couple thousand throughout the whole event.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have beer vendors
Yes.
next year.
Yes,
you
indeed.
can come and bring your craft beer.
We should definitely do that.
Mhm.
I'm glad to hear that. So have a little beer garden.
Yep.
That'll be great.
Yep.
So that reminds me of the next big signature event, which is, of course, Taste of Rutherford.
Yes. So we've had great success moving that from someone's house to Cannonsburg Village the past 2 years. And now this next year, 2022, we're going to have it at Oakland's Mansion.
That's so exciting.
So, yeah, I love that. Just the outside and the feel
Beautiful.
of it. And you were instrumental in bringing in the beer vendors, the craft beer vendors 2 years ago. So we've had that for 2 years and people love that. And so it's now more of a family kind of event, open to anybody. It's not exclusive. Like you'd feel totally comfortable coming in your shorts or your blue jeans.
Right. And it's really just a big summer party. Just, get together, laid back, very relaxed, a little bit of live music. Got the beer garden. You got a ton of food vendors from all over the county. And you just kind of come and hang out, and it supports the Main Street organization.
And it's great because, like, here's an example. Burro Kebab, they took over. Have you been there yet?
I have not.
Well, they took over the building.
I can't do it.
Steve Hernandez had.
I know. I've heard so many good things about it, and I'm sure you're wonderful, but you don't understand. You don't understand. It hurts my heart. I know.
They're just
I
these kids.
I miss it so bad.
Oh, I know his breakfast burritos.
That grab and go bacon with no potatoes.
I'm so hungry right now. The sunrise enchilada, RIP. Yeah.
But anyway, they came. So places like that, that are locally owned, that a lot of people just don't know about. They don't have the money to pay for marketing. This is a great event for them to they just do tastings.
And several hundred people attend that.
Yeah.
And
it's
great exposure and it's fun. And it's super chill, just very laid back. So that helps. So that's one of the ones that's a big fundraiser, of course. But what Main Street really does, and we can go through and list all of these, but Main Street puts on, of course, the farmers market that everybody loves, the Saturday market. And we've got a really cool market manager for that.
She's so awesome.
Yeah. What is her name again?
Well, Linda Weeks. She is my mother.
AKA Mom.
AKA, could you help me, Mom?
Yeah. But she's done a fantastic job.
She loves it. And she loves those farmers. And she's really like, if you follow the Murfreesboro Saturday Market Facebook page, it's got more followers than the Main Street Facebook page because she does a great job of making sure people know who the vendors are and showing pictures of them on their farms and helping people connect with them throughout the year, even when the market's not going, because a lot of them still go over to the Hammery on Saturdays through the winter. So we're all about supporting the local farmer. It's not just about come to our market.
Well, and with her help, you guys have been able to, I keep saying you guys, we've been able to stretch the dates a little bit earlier, a little bit later. And rotate some folks that if they specialize in something that's only during these 2 months, then we'll fill that spot with somebody else, as the year goes on or what have you. And it's been awesome. And we've also expanded to all 4 sides of the square now.
Yes. I forget that it didn't used to be like that.
No, it was on 2 the first time I ever attended. So
over 60 vendors are there almost every Saturday. And she has a waiting list of people who just will come 1 week because they want to just try it and they'll fill in for somebody who can't be there.
Right. Yeah. It's awesome. So she does a great job doing that. And that, to me, that is one of the events that really um, epitomizes what Main Street as an organization is about. It is something that just it is designed to get people downtown. It is designed to serve the people that are downtown. It is designed to kind of change your thinking about, oh, there's this whole area that I can actually go shop in,
Right.
and it's not out there on Medical Center. Nothing wrong with the shops out there, but there's other options as well, and some quirky stuff that you aren't going to find on Medical Center.
No.
And that's what I love about it. And that event each week is one of those things that really does that. So let's talk then about and we've got the Friday concerts as well, the monthly concert series. Is it 4 or 5?
4 of them, June through September. They're pretty much always the first Friday night of the month.
That's it. And that's super fun. I mean, so there's all kinds of stuff that Main Street does, but what is the actual mission, I guess, of the Main Street organization?
So there's 3 words: maintain, enhance, and promote.
Okay.
The historic downtown is the heart of the community. And so to think about that, like maintaining, that's where we partner with the city and the county to make sure that the streets and the sidewalk. So that was a lot of the work that was done when Main Street first started in 1985. And we're one of the oldest Main Street programs in Tennessee. So we're part of a national Main Street program. We have to be accredited every year, go through steps, have a board like you're on, have committees. And so the maintaining is making sure that our historic community, is kept up, that the buildings are kept up, that the sidewalks, are ADA accessible, and the lamp posts look. I mean, it didn't used to look like that,
right?
So,
well, but also in the maintaining is we through our design committee and some others, we get to have a little bit of a seat at the table and some discussion when the back of the church building and all that stuff was knocked down, and they're going to build something giant in its place. We get to say, I don't know about that, but how about this? Or somebody wants to, take an entire block. We get to just to say some things about that and have some input on that.
Which comes into the part where if you want to be involved and you have a skill set, let's figure out where your skill set can be used. So if you're an architect or you're, in realty, right?
Yes.
And that sounded funny. If you have an eye for things like that, then we can use you because you can just advise. It's a lot of advising, and even businesses that come in and want to maybe renovate a building, they can come to Main Street and get free advice on, their design.
And essentially get our stamp of approval that if you do get pushback, it's like, well, no, I think this fits our area. And it's almost like a objective third party that's not got a financial stake in it, but absolutely has an interest in preserving. I mean, that's part of the mission.
Right.
So I think it's great. And that's one that I think it gets overlooked a lot is that we're there to say, I'm not sure about that. What about this instead? Not to hinder, but to
maintain and to enhance,
which
is the other word.
So let's talk about that. What's enhance?
So enhancing, making it better. So how come, how is the downtown better now than it was 35 years ago? And I would say it's probably a lot better, right?
It's better than it was 15 years ago because
yeah.
it's continuing to evolve.
Well, I mean, it's a place where entrepreneurs want to come. So we get calls a lot that say, do you know of any vacant buildings that we could rent? We want to start a business, or we want to move our business from somewhere else in Murfreesboro to downtown, or from another city to Murfreesboro's downtown. Like Red Bicycle, for example. I mean, they had a successful business somewhere else, but the building came open where Binks was, and they invested in that building.
And my goodness, did they invest in it?
They did invest in it.
Oh my gosh. It is incredible that they took a clothing store and turned it into a fully functioning restaurant. Beautiful.
It is
beautiful restaurant and coffee shop. And I've been in, we toured it, and then I've been in one more time. It was weird walking in, and this is how you know you did the right thing. It was like it had always been there.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a new place.
Yeah. No, that's true.
It was weird, but cool at the same, like good for them,
And they're already like doing really well. So
Yeah.
that's really neat. And it's this ecosystem, right? So a business like that comes in that's pretty strong, already has a name and has a following, and they're able to stay open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that just brings people downtown that then will help those businesses around them. So I learned this when I started the job. It's not a competition with the businesses. They really do work well together. Like they ask each other, are you going to stay open on these, what are your holiday hours? And they try to help each other out, because the more people that come shop in one store are going to walk next door and shop in the next store.
That's right. Oh, I didn't know that was here. Let me go in there. Yeah. It's interesting. I toured the courthouse today, again, through what we do. And there were a lot of pictures. The new museum is open in the courthouse, and it's awesome. It completely blew me away.
They changed the whole downstairs.
It is fantastic. If you have not been to the courthouse in the last week and a half, you should go. And you can walk through the several rooms there that are the museum for the county, and it's incredible. But what I saw, there were several pictures, and then they had it was in one room, they had a view like as if you were looking at photographs blown up on the wall as if you were looking that way, right? What would you have seen then? What would you have seen this way? And what I saw was lots and lots of people spent time downtown. At any given point, it was bustling, because that's where all the shops were.
Right.
It was like a mall before there was a mall. And we're getting back to some of that.
Because then there was a period where it wasn't like that.
It was dead. It was lawyers' offices. And that about sums it up.
All the businesses went out to the mall, and everybody got shut down. And then it's come back. Like now it's cool to shop at a small mom and pop store.
Absolutely. And we've got some really, really good ones. I'm not even going to try to start naming them, because we've got a ton of them downtown. But if you want to do your gift shopping, not online.
Yes.
And not in the Avenue. Nothing wrong with that, again. But come downtown, see what these folks have curated in their little shop. They are so proud of it. You'll meet the owner almost always.
Follow you around.
Yeah.
Don't be intimidated by them. Tell them to leave you alone. If you
No, some of them keep their dogs in the shops. Some of them don't need a dog because they've got enough personality on their own. That's for sure. Some of them with dogs have enough personality too. But it's a lot of fun, and it's a different experience than going to the mall. It's a completely different experience.
That's what I'm trying to just tell my circle of influence and my friends. Like, okay, you think you're having a birthday party, you're having a dinner date. Why don't you just always first think downtown? Like, what restaurants downtown? What bakeries downtown? You want to go eat breakfast? There's a place to go eat breakfast downtown.
There's a couple of them. Yeah.
You want something for your house? Like Holden Hardware. Go. That's a unique experience.
Let's talk about Holden for a second. I tell people all the time, he has literally one of everything. Sometimes he has more than one, but whatever it is, he has at least one of them. Everything. You walk in and say, Raleigh, I don't know what to do with this. Do you have one of these? Oh yeah, hang on just a second. And he disappears, and he comes back and he sets it down. And it's like, that's incredible. That is incredible.
Cool to do a tour of his basement. I wonder what it looks like.
Hours upon hours. Yeah. Anyway, it's such a neat place. And historic. I mean, it's been there forever.
Yeah, his parents started it. He worked there, and now so that's cool.
Yeah, super cool. And all kinds of stories like that. Plus haunted buildings. I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff.
Lots of tours for that.
Yeah.
Some of those business owners are very proud of their certificate of,
as they should be.
That is their authenticity of
hauntauthenticity.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
I just invented that. You're welcome. Yep. Certificate of hauntauthenticity.
I will never go on that tour though.
Why?
Because I will be scared to death to ever walk around downtown.
No. So, I bought a house downtown, and that was my first question to the agent that had it listed. I said, is this place haunted? And she said no. And I said, I don't know if I want to buy it then.
Are you serious?
Yeah. How cool would that be?
Oh, no. That's awful.
No, it'd be super fun. So what's the last focus on Main Street?
What'd I say? Maintain, enhance, and promote. So we work really well with the small businesses and just trying to, push shop small, tell their stories, help them, because they don't have huge marketing budgets. So if anything, just to you follow us, you follow a business, and they do a great job of promoting each other. Like, I love it when I see a one restaurant owner eating at another restaurant and taking a picture of it. I
Yep.
mean, that's just cool. That's community.
It is very cool.
So,
And some of them do an okay job on social media. Some of them do a great job on social media.
Some of them aren't even on social
That's
media.
right. And so Main Street kind of comes in and helps kind of fill that gap and at least lift everybody up just a little bit and say, oh, you didn't know that we had a stationery store. You didn't know that we had I don't even know, a home goods type store, you know, all the different things that are down there, a tea shop and
guitar store.
Goodness gracious, so many different
vintage T-shirts that cost a lot of money.
Yes, yes, good gracious, no kidding. But they're cool.
They are cool.
That's right.
Somebody's got the money to pay for them.
That's right. And the new men's consignment store, if you haven't been there,
that's pretty neat. Cigars and motorcycles.
I'm a fan. That place is cool. It is cool. We don't even know that a lot of folks don't even know that it's there. A lot of folks, Murfreesboro people, whether they've been here a long time or they're brand new to the city, they don't even really realize where the square is, where Main Street is.
Yeah. Well, and the problem is if you do go downtown to get like your tags or something, you're probably so focused on driving and not hitting another car going around the square that of course you're not going to look at all the stores. So you really have to get out of your car and walk.
That's it.
And do not complain about not being able to park in front of a business because it's good for you to walk around.
It's healthy.
And there's lots of parking. There's 2 parking garages.
And there's lots of places to grab refreshment if you run out of energy while you're walking. That's right. So Small Business Saturday was this past Saturday, and the J Harmon Home Team, as we've done, this is our 3rd year doing it. We set up a little booth and handed out hot chocolate and did some videos and did some things to.
Yeah, you went to all the businesses, didn't you?
I went to half. Yeah, I went to half. Brett went to all.
Okay.
Rachel went to all of them. Rabia went to half. So the team gets involved. And here's the thing, we do it because we love our downtown. And you know, we do it because we love the people. We've built relationships with the folks that have places down there. And there's just it's just a cool thing to know about your town is where do the locals go, right? Where is something that I can't get everywhere else?
Right.
And we got it downtown. So that's a lot of fun. But Small Business Saturday, shout out to Wilson Bank. As well for supporting that. They put their money where their mouth is. They issued the Biz Bucks, and I don't know what the final tally was on that.
People can still use them through this coming Saturday. I don't know when this is going to be aired, but
it's live right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the whole week they have grown. Like the first they gave $5 Biz Bucks. This year they're doing $10 Biz Bucks.
So a Biz Buck, if you don't know what that is, you can walk in. I don't care if you have your money at Wilson Bank or not. You can walk into Wilson Bank and say,
drive through.
Can I have a Biz Buck? And they'll give it to you. And it's a gift certificate. It is live money to use in our downtown.
And there's a QR code on it. It tells you what businesses are participating.
24 participants this year. Is that right?
I don't remember the
I think that's
number.
right. I think it's 24. So go get it. It's I mean it's free $10 to spend downtown, and go support those businesses. Go look around. Like Sarah said, just park your car, get out, walk around, grab a cup of coffee.
Bring your cat on a leash.
Or not.
Or your dog. I'm speaking of the guy I saw last week with the cat.
Yeah, bring your kids on a leash if that's what you need to do.
Please put them on a leash. No, I'm just
kidding. And enjoy it. And a lot of places have invested money this year in their places of business. Red Bicycle, you mentioned them. Empanada Sonata, those guys. Of course, the Walnut House and our very own Rutherford County Courthouse has invested a ton.
They've done so much.
And it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. The landscaping, they've renovated the courthouse itself, repainted it last year.
The museum and just several things in there. And it's a public building. You can go in and poke around.
Yep. You can use the bathroom. If you're walking around and you're like, where do I go to I'm stuck on bathrums today. I'm sorry.
You are. There's not block walls where you can hear through to the other person that I'm aware of.
It's very safe. But no, that is nice. And at our events, there's, you can go into the courthouse and use the restroom and like the Christmas tree lighting. That's this Friday.
When is that? It's this Friday?
Yes, you can go in the courthouse and have your picture with Santa after the event. And you can do that the next following 3 Saturdays in December. Free pictures. Santa and Mrs. Claus are in the courthouse, and then you can walk around and look at the museum.
And we have the real Santa.
Oh, of course, he's coming.
I just want you to know,
Pole.
some of the other places they hire somebody to impersonate. We've got the real one.
Yes, and
we got a direct line.
You.
Well, you just made this creepy. Good gracious! But what time is the tree lighting?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock in person, right?
In person on a stage. The weather is going to be beautiful,
Perfect.
so you won't need your hand warmers this year.
They were putting the lights up today.
Yeah,
I watched them doing it.
Oh, I'm so excited, and so I'm going to tell you who else is going to be there.
Yeah.
So it's going to kick off at 6 o'clock. The Center for the Arts is going to come and debut. They're doing the Elf the musical now this weekend, so
Santa,
you can get tickets.
I know him. Yeah, it's my favorite.
So they're going to do 2 of those songs and act it out. So it's going to be really fun for kids to watch. And then some 4th and 5th graders. This is neat because the county and city schools have come together and they have one choir. And these kids from 4 different schools have been practicing.
No way.
Yeah. So instead of like all these different schools doing it one at a time, they're all doing it together. So it's really sweet.
That is very cool. I didn't know that.
Very community. Everything's community. And MTSU, they've never come and performed at the tree lighting. And their dancers, when I say dancers, I mean their ballet dancers are coming and doing the Nutcracker.
No way.
3 songs from the Nutcracker. So that's going to be intensely amazing.
This is so, I didn't know all of this.
Yes.
This is exciting.
And then
of course the big man shows up.
Yes, the big man shows up. He's going to read a story to the kids and get the kids involved in the story. Somehow the magic of the story with the children's participation is going to turn on the tree lights. We're so excited.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
And then like a 40 to 50 member community choir, a couple of churches led by Bel Air Baptist Church, their worship leader. They're going to sing this great ending and have everybody participate in singing after the tree is lit.
So if you're not on the square on Friday night, starting at 6 o'clock, I'll just say it. You're a Grinch.
You're a loser.
You're a Grinch. You are a Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah.
That is going to be awesome. Okay.
Oh, and live reindeer. Live reindeer are going to be downtown.
Are you kidding? But wait, there's more. Is there going to be ShamWows for everybody too?
What's that?
Never mind. Somebody out there got that, I promise.
Oh.
There, thank you. Appreciate that.
No, you need to do the things over my head. And the sponsors of the event are all doing free activities for the kids. So Pinnacle's got free hot cocoa. They're doing a toy drive. So bring a toy for the Child Advocacy Center. They're going to be there. So it's just going to be everybody that's involved is doing free things.
That's awesome. I love it. Community again.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? Anything else that folks need to know about?
That's a lot. You can check out.
What was the T-Mobile thing?
Yeah, T-Mobile coupons. If you go to T-Mobile, they've been doing it all year. $10 coupons the first Saturday of each month. So this Saturday, you can come get your pictures with Santa.
So can you do?
You can do both.
T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Guys, that's $20 free to spend downtown.
I already used my Wilson Bank bucks.
Do you know how many of those little truffles from Country Gourmet you can get for $20?
Do you know how many pounds you could get?
They're so good, though. They're so good.
They are very good. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and the Santa's in the courthouse 12 to 4 each of the Saturdays. So again, thanks to like our board and our committee volunteers because they're the ones that are helping put all this stuff on.
I'll be there.
One of the Saturdays you're going to be there.
2 Sundays from now.
Saturday, just Saturday.
Okay, whatever. I'll be there. I've got it in my calendar.
I'll remind you.
Yeah, it's in my calendar.
No, but we're excited.
Very cool, Sarah. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
How can people? We got like 1 minute left. How can people support Main Street?
I think just spreading the word, bringing somebody that's here that has not been downtown, hold their hand and show them downtown. Make a date.
Yes.
Get coffee.
Spend a few hours. Yeah. Block it off.
Bring them
park
downtown
and walk.
with you.
Yep. I like it. So if you need anything real estate related, give me a shout. If you want to live downtown, there's been a lot of houses that have come up for sale here lately. There's been a little turnover. If you're interested in that, let me show you, and I will take you downtown and show you all around the place because it's awesome. There's nothing like it around here. So come check it out. If you need a mortgage, call my friend Brian Nail. If you just need to feel better about life, check out Spread the Positive. Jump on and just pick one of the plethora of podcasts that are out there. And I promise you, it'll pick you up. And if you want to know more about Main Street, hit us up. Come by and see us.
Yeah.
And if you want to serve on a committee and you have a gift or talent that you would like to contribute, hit us up. Let me know. Let Sarah know. And we will absolutely put you to work.
There you go. Main Street Murfreesboro.org. You can send me a message.
Love it. Thank you for all that
Thanks
you do.
for having me. Thanks for
Appreciate
being
you.
a part of what we do.
It's so much fun. I wouldn't miss it. So hope you have a good rest of the week. We'll talk to you again real soon. Jonathan Harmon with the J Harmon Home Team. This was Table Talk.